Hey there, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things ADHD and women. Today is going to be about ADHD and self-confidence. A lot of the time, our fears crush our confidence, so it's impossible to build it up. But if we address those fears directly, we can build up our confidence. I'm Saundra, your ADHD coach for women. I work with women like you who have ADHD or symptoms in line with an ADHD diagnosis to help you overcome your biggest challenges so you can save time, money, relationships, see your full and infinite potential and all the value and worth that you hold deep within. First, let's talk about some of the symptoms that get triggered when we are fearful of a given situation. Some of the fears trigger emotional symptoms and others trigger physical. It could be anxiety, it could be worry, it could be panic, it could be stomach aches, headaches, muscle cramps, and they're all so hard to deal with, especially when you have to do something. You're fearing a situation and then you're feeling anxious. Well, how are you supposed to go through with it? This video is going to walk you through a few questions that you can ask yourself so that you can follow through on these tasks, or at least start to learn how to overcome the fear so you can go through with things with confidence. The symptoms that you're feeling are often triggered by fear. So fear could be the root of your anxiety, your panic, your constant worry, or your bodily aches and pains. Whatever it is, I hope that this exercise, the example that I'm going to walk you through here, helps. So today's example is going to be a very commonly used one. Follow through on a task or project. How often have you had a project or a task that you don't follow through on because you're just afraid of rejection or not doing it right or not pleasing the person that you're giving this project to or presenting it to if it's at work? It could be fear. The fear could be of so many different things. So I'm going to show you an example that I'm working on, a painting. Now, looking at this painting for me triggers anxiety. I've worked on building up my confidence and facing my fears, and still I have anxiety triggered when I look at it. I fear not finishing. I fear not following through. And will I? Most likely, but it might take me much longer than anticipated. I've been working on this for months. I have had projects in the past that I worked on for years. And I didn't actually work on them consistently for years, but I worked on it for, let's say, a couple months and then took a 3-year break before finishing. And that can be you. But when it comes to following through on tasks that need to be done on a timeline, that's where we often have heightened fear. So how do you deal with that? First thing I want you to do is place the fear. What are you currently scared of? Will this thing you're scared of actually happen? Is it realistic? If that happens, what's the worst case scenario? What's the worst thing that could happen? Now that you have the worst thing placed, you can mentally prepare to either deal with that or work around it or create a system to work through it. There's a few different ways that you can mentally prepare for this fear. That might seem like a huge, daunting task, but it doesn't have to be. So the first thing I want you to do is think of somebody you can talk to about it. Maybe you have a support person that you go to with all of these things, or maybe your support person's not available, so you like to journal, or perhaps journaling's not your thing and you maybe talk to yourself. You could look in the mirror and do some self-talk. Pretend you're talking to yourself, walk yourself through the scenario. And if you're really stuck and you don't know what to do, I want you to reach out in the comments below, or you can even join my Facebook group for women with ADHD and post what's going on. Let's support each other. That's what this is all here for. That's what this community that I'm building is here for. It's to support you. And if you want personalized support because whatever you're dealing with right now is just too much to share with a group of people and you want something that's individualized to you, you can reach out to me personally. My email is in the description as well. And also there's a link to my website, which you can go check out and see if any of that helps you. I hope today's video was helpful and that it made a difference for you. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.